Present simple. Present simple. The present simple tense is the most basic tense in English and uses the base form of the verb. The only change from the base is the addition of for a third person singular. How do we make the present simple tense? There are two basic structures for the present simple. First, positive sentences, main verb present simple. Negative and question sentences. Anxiety do. Conjugated in present simple. Do, does, main verb, base. Present simple for general time. We use the present simple tense when the action is general, the action happens all the time, or habitually in the past, present, and the future. The action is not only happening now. The statement is always true. Look at these examples. I live in New York. The moon goes around the earth. John drives a taxi. He does not drive a bus. He meets every Saturday. We do not work at night. Do you play football? Complete with a verb in the present simple. He lives in a flat. Do the bank open in the afternoon? My sister doesn't have many friends. We usually listen to the news in the car. She's quite shy. She doesn't talk much. Listen, Jane. Does Jane get on well with her boss? My cooker's new, but it doesn't work very well. Next. Tests. I studied Spanish with my sister. I study Spanish with my sister. My sister takes a shower every morning. My sister takes a shower every morning. Next, this house belongs to my grandmother. This house belongs to my grandmother. Next, the present continuous tense.
Humans on planet Earth, welcome back. Today I'm going to explain the present continuous. What is the present continuous? How do we use it? First, I'd like you to meet the continuous family. The continuous family is all about verb to be plus ing. But what are the verbs to be? Am, is, and are in the present tense, was and were in the past tense. But since we're talking about the present continuous, today we'll talk about am, is, and are. So, the present continuous is am, is, and are plus ing. Examples: cook. I am cooking. He is cooking. She is cooking. It is cooking. You are cooking. We are cooking. They are cooking. I cooking. She cooking. You cooking. Where's the verb to be? I am cook. She is cook. You are cook. Where's the ing? The continuous family. Verb to be plus ing. So please, don't break the family. Okay, remember this. Verb to be plus ing. Please, don't break the family. Verb to be plus ing. Please don't break the family. They come together. Why break them? She is eating. Is she
eating?
eating? She is
Not.
not eating. For my Italian friends, I know that in the present continuous you use il verbo stare con ando e endo, come sto lavorando e sto leggendo. Okay, I can't cover all the languages in the world, but I know that in Spanish, estar is used with ando and yendo. So, to all my Italian friends and to my Spanish-speaking friends, don't use stare and estar to make the present continuous. Use the verb to be plus ing. Mom, mom, mom. Hey, son, don't be sad. Mommy is just a little busy now. She is thinking about many things. The present continuous, right now, and a future plan. I'll explain. Right now, like, I am having dinner with this family. A future plan, I'm having dinner with this family tomorrow. How do I know it's future? Tomorrow. Let's see what we learned today. The present continuous. 1. Verb to be plus ing. 2. When we want to make questions, we just switch between the subject and the verb to be. For negative, we just add not. 3. It's used for now, at the moment.
It. Next. Complete the sentences with the present simple or present continuous. The girl in the painting is playing the guitar. My dog's not dangerous. He not bite? He doesn't bite. Yes, you can turn off the radio. I not listen to it. No, I'm not listening to it. Next, I need to go to the bank. No, I need to go to the park. I not have any money. No, I don't have any money. Next, this. To the right after. He is watching football. He watching football. He is watch football. He is watching football. Next, to the right of the. We is having a great time. We are having a great time. We're having a great time. We're having a great time. Next, I am writing a funny letter now. I are writing a funny letter now. I is writing a funny letter now. I am writing a funny letter now. Next. Mike is learning. Mike am learning grammar. Don't bother him. Mike is learning grammar. Don't bother him. Next. The past simple. Past simple. Positive form. I, you, we, they, he, she, it, plus verb plus ed. I cleaned the room yesterday. We went to a restaurant 2 days ago. Negative form. I, you, we, they, he, she, it, plus did not, didn't, plus verb. I didn't see the film last night because I fell asleep. Question form. What, when, why, plus did, plus I, you, we, they, he, she, it, plus verb. Did you travel yesterday? Yes, it did. Put the verbs in brackets in the past simple. 2 summers ago, we had a holiday in Scotland. We drove there from London, but our car broke down on the motorway, and we spent the first night in Birmingham. When we got to Edinburgh, we couldn't find a good hotel. They were all full. We didn't know what to do, but in the end, we found a bed and a breakfast, and we stayed there for the week. We saw the castle, went to the arts festival, and we bought a lot of souvenirs. We was to go to we wanted to go to London, but we didn't have much time, and it was quite far away. The weather was good, but it started raining the day we left. Yes, next. Tests. 2 years ago, I visited my old aunt in a small old town. 2 years ago, I visited my old aunt in a small old town. Next, it was didn't feel a long visit as my aunt didn't feel well. It was a long visit as my aunt didn't fall well. It was a long visit as my aunt wasn't feel well. It did a long visit as my aunt didn't feel well. It was a long visit as my aunt didn't feel well. Next. I had to buy medicine and food. Next. Past continuous. Past continuous tense. Subject plus was, were plus verb for the past continuous tense. To show what somebody was doing at a particular time in the past, we use the past continuous tense. Past continuous form. I, he, she, it. You, we, they. I was playing, we were playing. He wasn't playing, we weren't playing. Was she playing? Were they playing? Yes, she was. No, she wasn't. Yes, they were. No, they weren't. Put the verbs into the past simple or past continuous. She arrived when we were having dinner. I broke my arm when I was playing football. Were you driving fast when the police stopped you? It was when we snowing the pub. It was snowing when we left the pub. Next. Yes. Anna and Maria were talking the whole day yesterday. They couldn't join us on Monday. They were watching a very interesting movie. What were you doing yesterday evening? I was dancing in the club. Next. Present perfect. Present perfect. I, we, you, they. Plus have plus verb 3 plus verb ed. He, she, it plus has plus verb 3 ed. Example, I have just watched the movie. They have already done their homework. He has met his girlfriend at the station. She has eaten an apple. Present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Finished action. She has lost her wallet. She can't find it. Recent completed actions. I have just finished my project. Unfinished actions. I have lived in Paris for 5 years. Multiple actions at different times. I have seen David several times. Life experiences. Have you ever eaten sushi broth? Accomplishments. Man has walked on the moon. Change over time. I have become more interested in medical courses. Next, write sentence or question with the present perfect. Has he ever been there? Have you ever bought clothes from that shop? I haven't read the newspaper today. You have never been to the new shopping center. Has your brother lived abroad all his life? Next, tests. Tests. Decimate the correct version of the question. Did you already read this book? Have you already read this book? Have you already read this book? Have you already read this book? Next. I have never been to Moscow. I was never to Moscow. I was never been to Moscow. I have never been to Moscow. Я еще не посмотрел кино, которое ты мне рекомендовал. I still haven't watched the movie that you recommended. I still haven't watched the movie that you recommended. I still didn't watch the movie that you recommended. I still haven't watched the movie that you recommended. Next, first conditional.
You throw a ball in the air, it falls back down. If you pour water onto a fire, it gets put out. These are sentences that are called conditional sentences. These particular sentences are zero conditionals. Let's look at another type of conditional sentence. First conditionals. First conditionals are used to explain about conditions that have a real possibility of happening in the future. It's not 100% sure, but there is a big chance that it will happen. Let's look at an example. If I study hard, I'll pass the test. Is there a chance for me to pass the test if I study hard? Yes. Can this happen? Yes. Does it mean my passing is 100% guaranteed? But the test is a very likely thing that can happen, and that is a first conditional sentence. It has the structure of if plus present tense clause, will present tense clause. Now for another example. So you just woke up and looking outside the window, you see grey clouds. You say to yourself, if it rains, I'll go back to sleep. Or you can also say, I will go back to sleep if it rains. Is this situation possible? Yes. Will this situation happen 100%? No. So that's pretty much what a first conditional is. It's to talk about things that have a high chance of happening. Now, you try and make a first conditional sentence in the comment section below, and we'll see if you're correct.
Yes, thank you. Next. Complete with the correct form of the verbs. If you tell me your secret, I won't tell anybody. If we start walking, the bus don't tell. He'll be angry if you don't tell him. Next, if I don't write it down, I won't remember it. Next, test. Which words fill the space? If you aren't, won't be, won't, careful, you will have an accident. If you aren't careful, you will have an accident. Complete the question. What will you do if everything will go wrong? Everything goes wrong. Everything might go wrong. What will you do if everything goes wrong? Next, complete the sentence. When she goes to university, she will need to learn how to cook. Needs to learn how to cook. Will need to learn how to cook. When she goes to university, she will need to learn how to cook. Next. Second conditional. Second conditional. If plus past simple, present conditional. If I want $1 million, I would buy a new car. If I were you, I would quit smoking. If I were the president, I would lower taxes. They would stay longer if they had more time. If I won $1 million, I could stop working. If I had more free time, I could travel around the world. Complete with the correct form of the verbs. If I found a good job, I would move to the USA. We would buy the house if it had a garden. If I knew his number, I phone him. I would phone him. You would learn more if you worked harder. If you stayed for a week, you would be able to see everything. Next. Test completes the question. What would you do if there could be would be where an earthquake. What would you do if there were an earthquake? Which sentence is not correct? If I were you, I'd discuss the situation with my boss. If you lived in that house, we could get a dog. She'd go out more if she would have more free time. She'd go out more if she would have more free time. Complete the sentence. If I had more money, I would buy, will buy, bought that television. If I had more money, I would buy that television. Which sentence is not true of the second conditional? At describes what will happen in the future. It describes an imaginary situation. You can use it for daydreaming and wishing. It describes what will happen in the future. Next, which reply is correct? Could you help me fix the car? I would if I know how. If I had time, I'd. I would if I'd know how to do it. Could you help me fix the car? If I had time, I'd. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, teacher.